one of the political systems that I used to prefer was the Bhutaneese system, where basically they have a benign prince dictator, and I think they have a democratic elected lower house, but all policies have to be agreed by the sort of benign dictatorship of the prince. Now, it just so turns out the Prince of Bhutan is possibly one of the most wonderful men on the planet.
That's different then.
But he unfortunately is insisting on transferring his country to a Western-style democracy because he's fearful that one of his successors may come along and not be as benign and beloved as he is. And the Bhutanese are currently in all sorts of crises because they're thinking they're going to lose their beloved leader and have to elect, some sort of false god in his place, because he is almost viewed as a god amongst his people. And so I kind of largely came from a position of seeing, while not being the best solution, a possible solution being returning to a degree of royalism and having a sovereign king or queen and investing, genuine political and social sovereignty in that, life leader as one political solution. So, I'm coming at this as being a partial royalist, I suppose you could describe it as well as having gone through, elements of anarchy and we have to invent a new language for politics. The old language, the words themselves now are so constrained by the abstracts that they describe that we can't rely on them. We can't use isms anymore. Anything that has an ism after it really has to be rejected. So we're into a whole new realm, and for me, all bets are off. I have spent a large part of my life trying to conceive of a structure of society that could result in a political, judiciary, police service that are all in service of the people, for the benefit of the people. And I can see no real answer to that other than to refer again back to this guy the other day who was saying, look, we've built the roads, we've made the 20th century, now let's get on with using it. And that perhaps that's where our energies should be diverted, is rather than constantly trying to obstruct the mechanisms of state. Maybe we need to here we go with some Hassan Sabbah. In fact, yeah, let's give an alternative. Here's an alternative system, because this is one of the beauties of studying history, right, is that we do get to have that sort of 2020 perspective that history can give us. Hassan Sabbah is the inventor, the creator. I don't know quite how true that is, actually. He certainly was the leader of a group called the Hashishin, and this is where we get the name assassin from, as some people may be aware. They were essentially a strict Islamic Gnostic sect who used vast quantities of hashish and opium to enter into sort of trance states, and that the devotees of Hassan would ingratiate them in all of the halls of power in the neighbouring Middle Eastern states. And basically, if any rumours were to start to circulate in these foreign halls of power of machinations against the person or the state of Hassan and the Hashishin, that person would simply be individually assassinated, that they would be bumped off with a ceremonial dagger which would basically be like Hassan's calling card to the ruling elites. And as a consequence, Hassan Sabbah's rule over his area of the Middle East was the most peaceable of any reign of any minor leader anywhere, sort of for about 500 years. And the guy was essentially a Gnostic. He didn't take a position of, some glorified leader. He actually apparently used to issue his political orders through some little sort of slot in a monk's hole where he was sort of meditating furiously. Used to live incredibly sparsely, sort of sackcloth and ashes, monasterial type life. And he's the most incredibly funny person. When you actually read the stuff this guy wrote, I quoted one to you earlier, everything that is true is funny and everything that is funny is true. And his sayings are all like the sayings of Buddha or of Krishna. They're the sort of things that you have to meditate on. You have to think more deeply about them than perhaps you initially perceive them. And when you do realise that everything is funny is true and everything is true is funny, you begin to understand how you're able to navigate the world of lies.
Right.
That the world of lies is always deadly serious.
Yeah.
Yeah? People don't joke when they're telling lies.
Well,
when they're telling the truth, they joke all the time, even about really ugly truths.
I think that's something with the Irish we do here is we always have a laugh, even if the worst moment someone will crack a joke just to...
Yeah, again, I think this is one of the reasons for the affinity between the Cockneys and the Irish. That as always, the traditional working class Cockneys and the Irish were always...
the banter, like...
Well, I think there's a degree of cultural connection there that we've both been victims to the sort of ruling elites. Yes. Are you going to offer me another drink?
Are you done yet?
No.
Oh.
Why?
I don't take sugar.